Hi, and welcome to another episode of Hot Takes with me, the Silver Fox. And before we get started, I'd just like to thank Steve Small once again for his generosity. Thank you, Steve. Always appreciated. Top man. Tip hat. Anyway, we've got a story here that goes to show that at least one person came out of the events of the last few days as a definite winner. That, of course, is Nicola Sturgeon. It's been revealed in the members' list of interests that she has been paid £75,000 up front, part of 4 payments of £300,000 in total for her memoirs. Although this is a bit strange calling them that, as she notoriously has terrible memory, especially when being asked questions where she can't remember it. It wasn't me. A big boy did it and ran away. That seems to be the stock answers from this woman, who has no shame, I was going to say, but there's no remembrance of things past, because it would otherwise get her into deep, deep trouble. And so now she's being paid £300,000 for a book, and they've mentioned that now she's received the first sort of income from it. So she'll be sitting there quite happy, maybe flicking through, Motorhome magazine, in the hope of perhaps replacing the one that was taken. So we'll have a look at this. It's just a nice little thing for her. How very nice of her in this time of austerity that she's been given £300,000 just to help make ends meet in these tightened times. I'm sure she was sitting there with just the one bar on the fire up until now. And now, being as canny as she is with the money, she'll maybe put it up to 2 bars as she's sitting there eating her little bit of cheese and bread, waiting for the 3 ghosts to come and change her life. Anyway, we'll have a look. Let's see what's going on. So old Ebenezer McScrooge will be sitting there watching the bank account get healthier and healthier, and you can't help but wonder if Peter Murrell is glad of it, because when the inevitable divorce happens, of course, he'll be entitled to a lot of that money himself. And that'd be nice for him, because of course he's not got much talent. He's got not much by way of earning anything. We won't get much for his memoirs, will we? Not unless they're the ones about his time turning Queen's or King's evidence, should I say, and landing her in the duck. In the duck? I'm thinking Scrooge McDuck. In the dock, I was meant to say. What is going on with my head? Anyway, I think, if the 3 ghosts did come and try and change her, and she'd have that claim of more gravy than grave, I think it would be only apposite, really, because for Nicola Sturgeon, the gravy train rumbles on. So Nicola Sturgeon to receive £300,000 for book, as SNP are left to deal with the chaos. And I guarantee that won't be going into repaying any £600,000 that may or may not be missing, allegedly. The former First Minister is the only SNP winner following the by-election defeat. After it was revealed, she's already been handed thousands of pounds for her book. Nicola Sturgeon has received the first of 4 £75,000 payments for her deeply personal and revealing memoir, and you can guarantee it will be neither deeply personal or revealing. There's no way she can reveal the truth, because that would land her in court, one suspects. And as for being deeply personal, will we truly find out what happened in that hotel room with the iron? I suspect again that we will not, because that would be too deeply personal for her. That's something between her and the French ambassador. Let's just say that somebody else was eating the French ambassador's Ferrero Rocher on that particular occasion, and that was why the iron was thrown, allegedly, I believe the rumour has it. Anyway, the figure was revealed within hours of her party's humiliating loss. Love saying that. Rather, Glenn and Hamilton. Hamilton West, that should be. Via the publication of Registered Interests. The book deal with Pan Macmillan is meant to be an autobiography about her life, but will be no such thing, of course. And it's expected to take up 10 to 15 hours per week with no published date listed. 10 to 15 minutes a day is all she can remember. The rest of it will be made up. Her political rivals say SNP MPs and MSPs will be spitting feathers, that Nicola Sturgeon is already raking in huge sums for her memoirs, while they're left to deal with the chaos and division and scandal she's left behind. Oh, it is pure chaos in her wake. She left the way she did. And there was no soft, easy handing over power. There was no time for building, coalescing and reforming. No. It was just, I'm out of here. You know, the sheriff pulled into town. I'm getting out of Dodge. And off she went, packed her bags and left, you know, left for good. Ran away to the circus, one could say, like Nelly. Anyway, the Scottish Conservative chairman, Craig Hoy, has called for honesty. Well, that isn't going to happen, is it, Craig? Let's be honest. There is no chance at all that that book will be in any way honest. It daren't be. She cannot afford honesty and truth to come out. He told the Scottish Express, if Nicola Sturgeon is to retain a shred of credibility, I don't think she's got any. I don't know how she can retain any. And her publishers are to get the bang for their buck. She needs to be frank about the personal and policy failings that plunged her party into turmoil and the nation into despair. Publishers Pan Macmillan claimed that the result will be a deeply personal and revealing memoir from one of Britain's most significant political leaders of recent times. I think infamous would be a better description there. Miss Sturgeon announced the news on Instagram in August this year and said she's always had the ambition to write, yes, her resignation, and then to sign also a confession. I think that would be nice. She could write and sign a confession. That would save a lot of time, effort and money, wouldn't it? Since then, the real test of the damage left behind saw her party fall way behind in votes and polling for next year's general election, which now cannot come soon enough. Under the remuneration and related undertakings section, it reads, on 17th of August 2023, I received £75,000, representing the first of 4 instalments of a book advance from Pan Macmillan, a publishing firm of Cromwell Place, Hampshire International Business Park, Limetree Way, Basingstoke, Hampshire, blah, 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 don't care. I estimate that the book will account for around 10 to 15 hours per week, and that was registered on the 10th of September. A spokesperson for Nicola Sturgeon said, as she previously said, Nicola will register all her payments in line with Parliament rules as they are received. And I'm sure she will. But that said, who's to say that she'll receive all the money while still being in Parliament? I'm surprised she didn't resign. Is it, still wanting to retain the money at the public expense for as long as she possibly can? Is that it? She'll never get a job, would she? She can never go back and practice law. Who the hell else is going to hire her? And with everything that's gone on, it's not as though she's going to walk into some little, convenient job at NATO or the EU or the UN or some such place that failed politicians usually end up. That's not open to her. So, of course, she's got to get as much of that, the moolah, as she can get while she can. Because, those camper vans don't by themselves, Anyway, we shall finish there. She'll come up, finish and round off. But it is just nice to see that somebody had a good weekend. Eh, Nicola? Good for you. You so very much deserve it. Done. I think there'll be a fair number of people up and down the whole of, well, I was going to say the whole of Scotland, but I think actually the whole of Great Britain, who will be fair scunnered that this woman is getting that kind of money for what is going to be nothing of what it's claiming to be. It's claiming to be, honest, truthful, a reference to her personal and political life. And of course it can be no such thing. She daren't let the truth come out, so it's not going to be a full, unblemished record of everything that was happened. It will be highlighted. I was brilliant when I was this. I was brilliant when I was doing that. I was brilliant when something else happened. There'll be no mention of all the awful things that she's done, or that we suspect she's done, or all the failures, the many, many failures. And there's certainly very little is going to come out of her personal life beyond that which is already known and is out in sort of public domain. Now, there will be no revealing insight into her life. She is, I suspect, a psychopath. And I think that she will not want that to come out. And she will not want people to see the true Nicola Sturgeon, because they'll possibly be repulsed by it, or she fears that they'll be repulsed by it, perhaps. And I think that's definitely the case, and that's why she won't tell anywhere near the truth, or at least nothing revealing of the truth. Like I say, it'll only be what's out there in public domain anyway, all carefully sifted, filtered, checked to make sure that there's nothing in there that could possibly end up with her going to prison. And that's sad, isn't it? Anyway, I shall stop there. Thank you very much for watching this one. Do press the like, do press the subscribe button, and until next time, stay safe, stay well, and don't buy the book. I'll buy it, I'll read it, I'll go through it with you. Save yourself the pennies. Let's not give her any more money than she's already managed to scrape out of the people. Bye.